welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome for the first time. Today we're going to be doing this look, which didn't take very long at all actually, and I'm very pleased about that because I think these long videos that I've done in the past with eye looks, nobody seems to really stay till the end. Today we're looking at this palette, which is called the Winter Wonderland palette by Cosmic Brushes. Very affordable, 20 colours in here, and let's give you a little glimpse of them. Ooh, look at those. Dark, light, shimmers, multi-chromes, you name it, it's in there. And gorgeous quality, gorgeous outcome, even if I say so myself. Don't forget to please like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Do please comment because that helps with the algorithm. And do, if you can, buy me a Ko-fi on my Ko-fi page, which I will link in the description. Thank you ever so much for tuning in, and without further ado, let's get on to see how I did this. So as you can see, I've already done my tight line and my waterline with my beloved, not much left, Barry M waterproof eyeliner. And from the palette, the first colour I'm going to take is the black, which is called In the Moment. And I'm not quite sure what that means. It might mean in the moment before the snow comes, which is, you know, usually quite dark. And this is a lovely black. I'm just patting it on with a very small flat brush, which is a Jessup 237 detail. I nearly said sander. It's a 237 detail shader, and Jessup brushes, even though they're super cheap on Amazon, they're actually pretty nice. So I'm going round my outer corner, as you can see, and a little bit underneath as well. And then, unusual for me, I'm going to go round this side as well. I usually just have dark on here and light on here, but I thought I'm not doing an exact spotlight eye, you know, with a line and a cut crease or cut spotlight, because I'm not very good at them. But, and also with the increasing hoodedness, as you can see, the increasing hoodedness of my eye, it's quite difficult. Little tiny bits of fallout with this, but I can go over it later with a big fluffy brush. And now see, trying to do it with a tissue, I've mushed it all into my face and it looks appalling, but we will mend it, do not worry, we will fix it. Little mice singing on Bagpuss, if you're from the UK and you remember that. So we're taking this up, desperately trying to get it symmetrical, and as I was saying, it's a lovely velvety black, and I'm just gonna take a little bit just along the very edge of the lash line, because I will be doing other things there, but just to give it a tiny bit of depth. There we go. And again there, just to meet the edge. There's all sorts of things getting in my eyelashes at the moment. Right, new brush. Also a Jessup actually. This is a 230 Luxe pencil brush. And I'm going into a colour called Magical, which really is the most gorgeous purple. It's so deep and lovely and dark, and it reminds me of that purple that was in the Age of Opulence palette, if you remember that. And I'm just taking it around here like so. Oh, look at that. It's The thing with these Cosmic Brushes colours are they're so soft. I mean, yeah, they're a little bit fallouty, but the softness of the colours and the pigment, I mean, you saw that I barely touched my skin with this brush, and it's just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'll put a little bit more on over the black just to get the edge going. So there's that, and I'm just going to wudge it over slightly, just the tiniest bit, just the tiniest bit, because I'm going in with a colour called Calm, which is a very pale sort of lavendery purple, and I'm bridging the gap with that. There we go. And then just blending the edges of the magical colour. There's also a lovely, lovely pale colour in here called Blanket, which I really like a lot. And I did start blending out on the other side just using this, because it is so gorgeous and easy to take a really dark colour and blend it out with it. But then I thought, you know, is it too much of a step from sort of super dark purple to very, very pale, it's not really lavender, it's just sort of a pale lilac. And so that was when I came back in with the Calm colour. Calm before the snowstorm, maybe, I don't know. And then just started pulling out the dark colours that way. If you do it in a sort of circle motion and pull it out at the same time, it does work. And then I'm going in here. I have gone a little bit lower on this side accidentally, so I'll quickly go over here and do that. You know me and symmetry, we're not the best of friends. And of course I have got my little scar there where I fell over on the pavement. Taking the Calm, the sort of mauvey purple, and going underneath the lash line. So I hope you've all been doing really well. It's been so rainy here, it's been utterly ridiculous. I mean, just so much flooding on the fields beyond the South Downs going northwards. It's just so, I mean, the fields look like lakes and the lakes look like seas. It's just, I don't know. They say we're going to get a white Christmas, but I personally think it's going to be another wet Christmas. And I'm taking the light Blanket colour again and just taking it up here. There we go. Now, once we've done this and gone over all the colours a couple of times, I just want to take the magical colour and get a bit of it here. There we go. We're going to go for the shimmers. Mouthful of coffee. Now the shimmers are gorgeous, and I'm going to show you a couple of them that I'm not using. So there's one called Breathe. That's one I'm not using. That's beautiful though, isn't it? There's one called Chill. I'm not using that one either. Just wipe these on my tea towel. And there's another one called Reflection that I'm not using. Wipe that one as well. As you can see, once you wipe them, they're still quite there. But the ones I am using are utterly, utterly terrific. So what I did was I took a very small, what's this? Oh, it's another Jessup 237 detail shader. I seem to have a number of them. And I'm going into this shimmer, which is called Frost, and I'm just putting it all over the lid. Then I am taking, what's this, an MSQ brush, even cheaper, and I'm going into a colour called Winter Solstice. Now, the reason I love this colour is A, it's gorgeous, and it's a sort of multi-chrome actually, and B, look at that. Oh, look at that. The name of it. And of course it's Winter Solstice next week, 21st, 22nd of December, and it's when the actual new year really begins. The days start getting longer, the nights start getting shorter, and the world turns itself towards the sun, and it's the start of the new year for me. So I love the solstice, absolutely love it. Right, the other colour that you need to know about in this palette is called Atmosphere. This also is a multi-chrome, and I'm taking it on a very small brush and I'm putting it over the black. And as you can see, it's got some lovely purples. Actually, I'll put some on my finger. There we are. It's purple and it's green, and it's purple and it's green. So I might do a bit there, save wasting it, because it's so lovely. So yes, I put it on the edge there, and then I wet my brush, because this is a very, very, very small brush, and I'm just taking a little bit of it down there in a little tear, which I like doing. Now, going back to the solstice, I've realised I haven't got quite as much on this side as I have on this side, so I'm taking it up here. I'm going to be going back in with all the different colours and making sure that I've got enough of everything and that everything is all blended the way I would like it to be. And there we go, see, there's that. The last thing I did, before you say you've forgotten what you did on your inner corner, well, I haven't. I took a little, not that brush, I took a little tiny flat sort of edged brush, and this is a brush with no name, and it's very flat and very sharp, so I'm gonna get a tiny bit of frost on it and go like so, just there, and then get a tiny bit of Winter Solstice and go over the top. And that colour combination in that light, I don't know if you have ever been out on a winter's dusk and sometimes you get that sort of burning red glittery sun against the snow, and that's what that reminds me of. Anywho, I'm going to put some mascara on, put a tiny bit of eyeliner on, not a terrific lot. I'm not doing any wings or anything. I'm just going to go along to give an edge to my eye and to give the lashes something to target themselves onto. And today's lashes are the lovely Kiss and Tell from Pound Lashes, and I think they're very lovely. So I'll come back and we will do lips together. Right, lashes are on, face is slightly less covered in fallout, And here come the lips. We have a black lip liner by Revolution. So I think black lip liners are excellent. And this one is so soft and creamy. I don't like to overline too much, but I always like to leave a bit of room to get the colour in. And the colour today is the colour Sea Urchin by my Velvet Hexagon velvet lipstick friend. And at the moment I believe this brand has switched to be called Abomination lipsticks, but you'll have to check that out. I will leave a link for you though. And even though it doesn't dry completely matte, the colour of this exactly matches the magical purple colour that I used on my eyes. And you might think, yes, perfect, but no, there's an extra step. I know I'm not usually a gloss girl, but my dear friend Amelia, I hope you're watching Amelia, gave me this Milk Makeup lip gloss, which is either in the shade Globetrot or Odyssey or any of the other words on this, but it's perfect. It's almost the exact same colour as the Frost shimmer from the palette, so that's why I'm using it. It's so lovely, isn't it? And it smells divine. Absolutely. I mean, I know I don't like a gloss normally because, well, if Mr. Jane was to come along and try and kiss me, which he does very often, which is lovely, he would end up covered in this, which he's not a great fan of, but for pictures and for this video, I think it's gorgeous. Right, stand by and I will be back to debrief about the palette and sum up the whole thing. So here's the finished look. I think it's rather lovely for something that didn't take very long at all. And here's the palette, just to remind you. Don't forget to stay warm if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. Stay cool if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. Hello to all my lovely friends in South America, Australasia and other parts, exotic and far. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, as I say, get your thick socks on, put the fire on, or throw another Yule log on, as we do here at Wilkes Towers, of course. We have great fiery fireplaces in the East Wing and the West Wing. The North Wing itself is on fire constantly, so that keeps us warm. Look after all your pets and animals this time of year as well. And I'll see you after the world has turned. I'll see you in the next year with all the wonderful opportunities and exciting adventures to come. And you will stay strange.